Libras. Libras. Gotta say, very excited to do this reading. Personal bias because I am a Libra Sun, so I love my Libra girlies, boys and theys, you know. You guys are my homies, so I am back, and this reading is for my dear Libra Sun, Moon, and Risings. We are doing Year of the Horse readings this time around, so tune in. The Year of the Horse energy starts on the 17th and goes until February 5th, 2027. So it is in all our best interests to get very acquainted with the themes of this year. And if you want to learn more about what this year really symbolizes, check out my Aquarius reading. I have more of like an in-depth intro there. I didn't want to repeat it for every sign because I am now 8 readings deep, something like that. So I don't want to repeat. Anyways, my darlings, I will be pulling 3 cards for you that will really symbolize what themes and obstacles, lessons that you're going to be running into in the Year of the Horse. And if folks don't remember, I like to do my own little personal spiritual interpretation of what the cards mean, you know, my own reading. And then I'm a little bit of an intellectual nerdy, so I like to see what the creators of the cards used as an explanation of what it means when you pull these cards, because they know the cards best, duh. So if anything, it just supplements the reading and makes it go much better. And I know my Libra girlies and peoples can understand we don't do anything other people do it. We always path our own or blaze our own path forward. So I do readings different, and that's me. Okay, my Libras, let's pull some cards. Okay. Wow. First card flew at us. Oh my god, I'm already feeling attacked. Detachment. You know, we are the queen, kings, and royalty of holding the F on to everything. So that is already slap in the face. Get our ish together. Okay. Second card. What do we got? Play. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. For the Venetian World girlies, I don't know if other folks have Taurus in their big 3 like me, but this was pulled for Taurus too. So the Venetian ruled girlies and peoples, we're being told to play, my friends. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. And this bad boy came jumping out at me, which is, you know, every Libra knows the joke of our existence is that we are the scales and that we're literally like the symbol of balance, but we struggle so mother effing hard to actually achieve balance. So some lessons are learned so hard, and clearly this is one of them. Okay, my Libra girls and boys and theys. This will be much easier for me because, you know, I'm a Libra sun, so this energy like resonates with me on a very personal level. Detachment, the first card we pulled. The Year of the Snake, the energy we are exiting from, taught us a lot. We learned the truth about people and situations we're in. That was kind of heartbreaking, to say the least. And if we're being honest with ourselves, we knew this for a while, but I think, you know, one of the things about Libras, and I don't know, maybe I'm just talking about myself here, I feel like we try to pretend the truth isn't right in front of us. We give people, we're like, oh, maybe, we assume best intentions, we assume best outcomes, and sometimes that can get us into a lot of trouble. And on that note of like detachment, I think another problem of ours, dear Libras, is that once we get the signs that it's time to go, we don't go. We basically have to be like drop kicked out the door. We do not let go of toxic situations, toxic people. That's just like, unfortunately, one of our MOs. We hold on. We hold on to people, grudges, we're hoarders, everything. We just hold on to everything. We're like a little wild like that. So I think, even though this is one of the biggest lessons we're put on this planet, I think, as Libra placements still learn, I think the dial is turned up heavy this year about the importance of learning this. I fear if we don't learn to detach this year, we're going to set ourselves to repeat a loop cycle. So my theory about evolution, is like we're put in a cycle to learn a lesson. And if we pass at the end of that cycle, we're evolved to the next lesson. And the same, cycle, do you learn the lesson? Cycle, do you learn the lesson? So right now, my dear Libras, I think we're at that point. Did you learn your lesson? And I worry if we didn't, we're going to loop right back. And that's just going to keep us at a lower version of ourselves that isn't capable of, truly being the most authentic version of ourselves. And getting into that play, I think a lot of Libras, a very hidden aspect of our personalities is that we're incredibly ambitious, hard workers. And sometimes I think, especially for Libra suns, our aspirations can just completely come in and dominate our worlds, where we just have laser focus on like getting the goal done or achieving, producing. And, we forget to harness those, foster and nurture those softer parts of us, those fun parts of us. Because Libras, one thing about us, we know how to have fun, girl, okay? We know how to have fun. We know how to have fun. But when we get too caught up in work or productivity, we lose that part of ourselves. And I know for a lot of Libras, the year of the snake, like, we were locked up in on, grinding. And we forgot to play and embrace joy and have fun with life. And I think that pushes you into a place where you can accept those bad behaviors and negative circumstances, because you're not giving yourself a moment to pause and be like, am I happy? Am I enjoying life? Is this fun anymore? So I think those are some of the questions, like, if you haven't asked yourself already, start asking yourself. And if you're struggling to find the answer to those questions, play it out, girl. Go run around a field, go play with your nieces and nephews, go play your childhood video game, do whatever you need to do to just like have a little fun and focus on something other than your own productivity. And that segues perfectly into the last card of balance. I think the year of the snake was a very unbalanced year for us. I think we were tipped heavily in one area, severely neglecting, especially play and ourselves and just like fun in general. And this is just a reminder, as I've been seeing a lot in the other collective readings, like, you need to make sure the internal you is good before you can do anything else. So making sure like your life isn't just hyper focused in one aspect, making sure you're making time for work and play, for lovers and friends, for family and coworkers. Like, make sure there's a little mix of everything here. We thrive in balance, obviously, that's our sign, even though we, struggle to maintain it. So, these are our lessons for the year of the horse. That was my interpretation. Now, let's see what our dear book has to tell us about these cards. As a reminder, the first card we pulled was detachment. And this is what the book says. A central message of this card is the value of meditating in order to develop willpower and strength to endure austerity or deprivations, called tapas in yoga and yogic language. So right off the bat, this is something I think we also sometimes struggle with, Libras, is making the time to connect with ourselves in a way that is slow. Like, for example, Libras will connect with themselves with like high-paced exercise or, indulging in activities they like, but not necessarily meditating, praying, journaling, doing things that forces you to slow down. I think Libras like to be on the go and like to move. So this can feel uncomfortable to us, but I think, that constant movement has led to our detachment. We're not grounded on our surroundings because we're just like all over the place, literally. So right away, this book is giving us homework of meditating, and that meditation will help us, gain clarity and develop more willpower to maintain balance, to detach from those sources we need to detach from. Okay. This often refers to intentional deprivation, such as a period of fasting or giving up eating a particular food like meat or sugar, or abstention from sexual union. Okay, guys, this is important also because the year of the horse, the first date is February 17th, which also coincides with Ramadan and Lent. And Ramadan and Lent are religious time periods where you are intentionally supposed to give things up, deprive yourself, not indulge. And so I think even if you're not religious, you can just take these practices and make them your own. Like, I personally, I'm a sugar addict. Like, it's bad. Anybody that knows me knows. I don't have to explain more. But I'm really going to make a concerted effort over the Lent and Ramadan period to cut back heavily on my sugar. I don't know if I can do 0%. Let me not speak that out there. I'm really going to try not to have any sugar. Like, obviously, if it's naturally occurring. Okay, like desserts and things. You don't need to know my whole story. But point being, when we don't give in to indulgent desires like that, one, and when we deprive ourselves, there becomes a clarity, a mental clarity that comes. That's why people fast. That's why, like, monks don't eat and they fast and meditate for hours and days sometimes. When you don't have those internal distractions, it clears up so much of the fog and the distractions and the barriers that we have to communicating with God and the universe and our ancestors. So another homework assignment is to cut back in some areas maybe we're overindulging in. Maybe engage in Ramadan or Lent and see just how you feel after that. Similarly, it can be about letting go of our concerns that events turn out a certain way. Libras, we have a very bad habit of running scenarios over and over and over to the point where we drive ourselves almost to the brink of insanity. So stop trying to control the outcomes, surrender, let it flow, let it go. How things end up, it's in your best favor. I guarantee you. Like, rejection is protection. acceptance, you know that's meant for you. Like, whatever's meant for you won't miss you. Like, all those things, you have to trust in God and the universe that they've got your back, that they are going to push you and put you where you need to be. Don't worry, that's not for us anymore. We don't need to worry about these kind of things. Okay, it can, yeah. India's epic. I don't want to butcher that name. It's the name of an Indian epic. Um, counsels putting our full energy into bringing about a result we desire, then detaching from a commitment to the success of our results so that we can accept whatever the universe brings. This capacity for letting go is a widespread element of yogic practice. So this is really interesting. You know, I think we put a lot of mental energy into outcomes, which is what the book is saying right now. But, you know, we can instead harness that energy into the project. So say, for example, my readings, like, I'm going to put so much energy into this. I'm going to put my passion, my creativity, my love, my heart into these readings, but I'm not going to be attached to outcome. If it gets 10 views, it gets 10 views. If it goes viral, it goes viral. Don't be attached to the outcome, but instead channel that energy into your craft instead. And that'll really help, I think, start to create a practice of detachment in us where we won't be so obsessive over outcomes. And that obsessiveness has been like killing us. And I think that's what the universe wants us to acknowledge. This is not a sustainable practice for you. Okay, so keywords for us, my darlings. Non-attachment, obviously. Accepting life in the now. Not being attached to the outcome of one's actions. Performing austerities. Enjoying situations without expectations. Beautiful. Okay. And a quote, I just have to read it. It's beautiful. Detachment is not that you should own nothing, but that nothing should own you. Wow. That was a beautiful card. Okay. The next one we have that we pulled is the play card. Just trying to pull it up in the book right now. As a visual reminder, this is what it looks like. This is what conversing with the Oracle passage says. Healing, new ideas, and strategies for success are just over the horizon. If, that is, your attitude is receptive to them. So once again, sorry, I just have to pause. That detachment to outcomes here, I almost think we're creating mental thought patterns that are blocking us from having the best outcomes because we're just getting in our heads, being a little negative, and just overall trying to have way too much control out of the outcomes. So, you know, strategies, solutions, ideas, we have to stop trying to force them to happen and instead, one, have a receptive energy that everything will work out and that these ideas will come to us and that God and the universe will grant us the wisdom to move through these obstacles and situations. Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. But yes, let me continue. Thinking about pleasure and life's enjoyment puts a focus on entertainment and doing fun things. Putting on your joyful face and letting yourself play with creative possibilities helps you find sure footing on the pathway toward novel explorations. One's motivation, powered with good friends and daring inspiration, opens the mind for adventures such as skinny dipping, snorkeling, ocean kayaking, or bungee jumping. So regardless, okay, you know, you can judge the activities the book listed. And I think this also feeds into the balance card, like getting in touch with play and just having fun, not being so serious, detach from outcomes, just have a good time, girl. Like, we're too serious sometimes, and that's one of the main things I took away from this last chapter is like, I felt like I was getting way too serious about life and I didn't like it. I felt like I was losing touch with my fun, goofy side and not expressing myself in the way I wanted to. I just felt like I was like grumpy, like get work done, blah, blah, blah. Like just not the best version of myself. And I did take some time and had a lot of fun. Like went on vacation with my best friends to celebrate my birthday. I just spent a lot of time with my loved ones and just making sure I was having a good time and enjoying life again. And I'm telling you, that was probably some of the best medicine I could have had to recover from just the mess of the year of the snake. So, as someone that's already learned so much from the lessons that come with play, like, I know, like, it can feel like, oh, this is unproductive. I have so much to do. I'm stressed. The play will help clear things up mentally, and also attract really great, abundant energy towards you, and just help clear space for great ideas to generate within you. So, don't sleep on playing, my dear ones. And the last card that we pulled for our year of the horse, dear ones, is balance. Balance. This is what our dear book authors had to say. Maintaining your own inner balance enables you to soar to the mountain peaks of your aspirations, whether you are sitting in meditation or performing useful service. So once again, we can't get to the soaring heights of our dreams if we are unwell. We have to be okay mentally, emotionally, physically, like, and that's one of the lessons I learned pretty hard last year is like, if you're depleted and on E, you cannot achieve anything. You're just going to be burnt out, and that's going to stop you from not only being able to take care of yourself, but your community. And that's no good for anyone. So the first step always is making sure we're okay, not in a selfish way, like, oh, I can't do anything for a month, I'm taking care of myself. But like, take that lunch break and eat, girl. Don't work through lunch. Or, your cousin or sister or brother needs something, but have you slept yet? Like, take a nap first, like, and then go do it. There's healthy boundaries that we can create that help us give more, and give in a way that doesn't feel like resentful, because when we prioritize other people, resentment builds. So if you're taking care of you first, that helps that be like authentic acts of service and, all that stuff. Okay. So my dear Libras, we really got to focus on detaching from outcomes, embracing play and joy, and maintaining balance. So make sure you carry those energies with you throughout the year. And please come back to this reading. Let me know like how your year's going. I would love to know. And let me know like what's already like resonating from this reading for you. I'm curious. And appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. Love ya.